Let's talk about the assumption trap. That's when your brain fills in what your partner never said. Human beings are uncomfortable with missing information. When something happens and we don't fully understand it, the mind rarely leaves an empty space where the explanation should be. Instead, it begins constructing one. We observe a behavior, search our memories for similar experiences, notice a few familiar patterns, and quietly arrive at a conclusion about what the other person probably meant. Most of this happens so quickly that we don't experience ourselves as interpreting anything at all. We experience ourselves as simply seeing what happened as if it were the gospel truth. This is one of the main reasons misunderstandings inside a neurodiverse marriage can feel so convincing. An interpretation doesn't arrive in the mind wearing a label that says, this is only one possible explanation. No, it usually arrives feeling like reality. For example, if your spouse walks into the other room in the middle of a difficult conversation, your mind may immediately tell you that they are avoiding you. If they answer a question with fewer words than usual, you may conclude that they are irritated. If they forget something important, you may interpret the mistake as evidence that the matter didn't mean much to them. If they begin explaining facts when you're expressing hurt, you may decide that they care more about being correct than about your feelings. Every one of those explanations is possible. None of them is automatically true. In fact, I'll go so far as to say the vast majority of them are absolutely false. Now, for the autistic spouse, this distinction becomes especially important because they spend much of their life consciously analyzing human behavior. Social information that other people seem to process automatically requires deliberate study for the ASD brain. Over time, most autistic adults become exceptionally observant. They learn patterns. They remember previous interactions. They notice changes in routines, changes in wording, facial expressions, and tone. And this can produce an impressive insight into other people. But unfortunately, it also creates subtle danger. The more skilled the ASD spouse becomes at detecting patterns, the easier it becomes to trust the explanation their mind attaches to them. But pattern recognition and mind reading are two different things. Would you like to schedule a paid private coaching session? This will be in the form of a face-to-face Zoom call. Underneath any of my videos, you'll see this Calendly link. If you click on that link, it'll open up my calendar. You can pick the available days and times that works for your schedule. You'll get a follow-up email immediately after purchasing a session that will have the Zoom link that coincides with the day and time that you picked. I will get an email too that you scheduled a session, and I will be available on that exact day and time, and we will talk. I look forward to working with you.